This is James Robertson of Syncom Systems with Smalltalk Daily for Tuesday, September 2nd, 2008. This morning I wanted to go through scripting a rewrite rule instead of going through the browser interface. Now I went through this mostly the other day, but when I did that we got to the last step and we had to open up an inspector and then execute through that. What we're going to do today is fill in the gaps in that last step that allow us to go ahead and script the whole thing. So one thing I want to do first is let's go ahead and we'll take a look at one thing that we need to add to the system. Here in parse tree transformation rule, which is where we're going to end up, we need to go one level up, and it turns out there's a variable here called changes. The big problem that prevented us from doing this last week was this. There's no accessor for the changes variable. So I'm going to go ahead and add that. We'll just compile that in, push that away. Now everything is mostly good as far as scripting. What I need to do next is define my rules. So I'm going to try to transform everything that is an is nil, if true, if false, to if nil, if not nil. So first I have to define my rules, and then define the environment, and then hand the environment to the parse tree transformation rule. And that's what we do here. So let's inspect the result. And that gives us this. So I have my rewrite rule, I have my changes. So let's go ahead now, and instead of doing this, which is what I did last week, we're going to do this. We're going to grab the changes using that accessing variable I just set up, and then we're going to execute each one, because once you've got a change, you can go ahead and execute each one in turn. So let's go ahead and browse first all of the senders of is nil. That'll take it a moment to pop up. So here the one I'm worried about is this kind of thing in abstract change list. So let's push that aside, and we'll go ahead and execute these changes. We'll do a do it, and apparently I can't type to save my life, so let's put the bracket there. Let's do a do it. Apparently I need to put a period down. Now let's try that one more time, and there it changed. And if you look over here, you notice that on the fly it changed the browser view, so that is nil, if true, if false got transformed into if nil, if not nil, and I was able to limit it just to this class. So if I go up here, you'll notice that this thing has still got the is nil, if true pattern going on. So you've got that down there. And this guy up here also still has that pattern, but in abstract change list, that's been transformed when I had the is nil, if true, if false, as opposed to just is nil, if true, that's still left alone. So the ones that had that pattern got transformed. The one that didn't have that pattern and weren't in that class didn't get transformed. So that's pretty much it for Smalltalk Daily today. Shows you how to completely script a change using scripting Smalltalk in a workspace or a filing that you could load at System Start, or for that matter in a build that you wanted to do a transform and then push everything into store. So, hope you enjoyed that, and we'll see you next time.